Hello again, Suridab here. Happy New Year. I hope you all had a lovely Christmas, bewildering Crimbo Limbo, and I don't know, lovely New Year celebrations if you go in for that sort of thing. Um, I thought we would start the year off with just a casual retro stream. No speedrunning today. Just playing some classic games. We're going to start off with N64, and we'll just make our way through my favorites, and yeah, see where it goes from there. I was thinking it would be nice to, I guess, just stream a little bit more this year. So what better day to start on than the 1st of January 2020? I've got a few new interesting streaming tools and toys since last time I was online. So I picked up XSplit, which is it kind of enables me to it's like a virtual green screen tool, I guess, which is quite fun because it means I can do things like just cut myself into different backgrounds. It doesn't really play very nicely with Cappy, so I'm going to take Cappy off for this stream because he flickers about a little bit, which isn't really what we want. My hair does a little bit as well, but you know, it's a bit of fun. I figure it's it's probably worth it for the sake of just having a bit of fun with it. So I've got a couple of backgrounds ready. We got Diddy Kong Racing here, nice and festive. Donkey Kong Country 3, and I guess these backgrounds as well just give you an idea of the sorts of games that we might end up moving on to, might give a go later on. We got Banjo-Kazooie as well, which is what I'm going to start with because yeah, Freezeezy Peak feels suitably festive, and we haven't quite made it to the 12th day of Christmas yet, so it still feels right that we can it's about right to jump in and give some Christmassy games a go, because why not? Well, your Christmassy levels, kind of wintry, festive fun. And the other interesting thing I picked up is, well, it's not that interesting, but I think it's cool, is we've got a splitter. So I'm in NES mode at the moment. We haven't got anything on the Nintendo Entertainment System, which is why you can't see anything going on. But if I switch over to the Super Nintendo, then straight away we're playing Donkey Kong Country 3, and then with the press of a button, straight into Banjo-Kazooie, and we can even jump straight onto the GameCube if we feel like it as well. So we got that. That's a bit of fun. And yeah, that's about it for all of my new toys and tools. So let's jump straight in. We'll start off with Banjo-Kazooie, and I thought it would be a bit of fun today to just go into my 100% save file, and what we'll do is we'll go to Freezeezy Peak, and although we've completed everything in there, obviously the notes reset every time, so we can jump in at least to the level. We can get our 100 notes, we can collect all our gingers, and yeah, just have fun with it, really. So yeah, this is the one. I haven't played Banjo-Kazooie in ages, but I love this game. I don't know, the movement just feels great, even though it kind of mostly boils down to talon trot everywhere, because it's faster. It's not quite so bad as Ocarina of Time, where you end up having to walk backwards everywhere. And the movements just feel really fluid as well, and the environments are great. Even with Grundy's Lair, like there are all these cauldrons that act as shortcuts to get you to places that you want to go, but it's more fun just to make your way through the lair properly and on all of the different environments and rooms. And yeah, it's a great big complicated web of a world as well. Here we are, Freezeezy Peak. Now if that guy doesn't throw a snowball at me, we can see the advent calendar. Oh, they're deadly accurate normally, but this guy he's having an off day. It's just as well. Here we go, Freezeezy Peak. So slushes, they shouldn't give us too much trouble. But maybe at some point we'll take them all out. Just give ourselves an easier time. You don't have to be too careful about avoiding the water because we got the double health upgrade anyway. It's our first Jinjo. Oh, yeah. Why can't I get up there? I'm not sure. Okay, that's fine. We don't need that one. There are other flight pads. I think it's a great icy level, this one, because like, it's not just wintry. It's like it's unabashedly festive. Like you've got your Christmas tree. You're having to run up presents, and you have to collect the presents for Boggy's children. And it's a good Christmassy world. Even down to there are like enemies that jump out of these holes, and you've got to save fairy lights. There are fairy lights that are trying to make their way to the tree, and the monsters that come out of here want to eat the fairy lights. So you got to take care of them. I think the only issue I ever had with Banjo-Kazooie was it's not built very well for replayability, in the sense that you can come back to the worlds and you can have fun like this, but you can't redo any of the tasks, and that extends to things like Grunty's Furnace Fun as well. So yeah, it is Grunty's Furnace Fun, isn't it? It's the quiz at the very end, which is at the very end of the game, which is hilarious. But you only get to do it once. So I remember, once upon a time, creating a save file just so that I could get to the board game, the quiz at the very end, and so that I could keep hold of a save that was just there. So you could just go back to it whenever you wanted to. But of course, you've only got 3 save files, so you have to pick your moments carefully, things that you want to replay. And they went to some length to rectify that in Banjo-Tooie, in the sense that a lot of the more interesting mini games and bosses, they are available to choose from the menu at the start of the game after you've beaten or played them once. Which, I mean, that's great. That makes a lot of sense. I'm sure they even added like multiplayer functionality to some things. Oh, we nearly fell in. Which makes it more, even more interesting to play them a second time through, or the second time round. There's nothing in that pipe, I don't think. Right. Pretty sure there are some notes at the top, though. Right on top of the hat. Ow. That's one way to land. Whoops. Oh, that's not going well. There we go. No! Just landed in the world somewhere. What I do like is the kind of object permanence in Banjo-Kazooie. So those honeycombs, they've fallen off the top of the hat. I'm pretty sure they will have landed in the world somewhere, and I'm also pretty sure that they don't despawn, which is that's really cool. It's unusual. So you can take care of all the enemies early, leave the honeycombs for if you need them later on, and just go back for them at a later date, and know, at a later time, and know that they'll still be there. And I quite like that. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Or is it? Yeah, but not too much. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! That could have been worse. There you go. There's one. Look. And the other one can't be too far away. Or maybe it can. Yeah, I've always thought like it's a small thing that goes to making the world feel a little bit more real. Even a world like Banjo-Kazooie, which is obviously it's surreal and over the top and exaggerated, but yeah, little things like like honeycomb pieces and things like that just staying put. And I think Banjo-Tooie did away with a little bit of that. But the worlds were bigger and they were kind of bolder. They tried to do an awful lot more with the sequel. I think I always preferred Banjo-Kazooie though. It just felt kind of tighter in a way. Right. I think with the bigger worlds in Banjo-Tooie as well, like bigger isn't always better. If you've got a lot of the same things to collect, it makes it more sparse and more difficult to find your way around the worlds as well. Whereas the worlds in this, oops, that's far too cold. We'll come back as a walrus later. The worlds in this, they always felt just perfectly formed. They were all the right size. To an extent, I felt like Yooka-Laylee, like the original Yooka-Laylee, suffered from that as well. Maybe not until you expand the worlds, but if you expand the worlds, you start to get a little bit lost in them. You have a harder time. I was reading the other day that or somebody's opinion that the best way to play that game is not to expand until much later on. So you collect everything you possibly can and complete every world, and then come back and expand the first world, expand the second world, and so on and so forth. And that way it feels more manageable, and the worlds, I guess, you get familiar with them, it feels a bit more like Banjo-Kazooie in scope versus Banjo-Tooie until you get to expand them. But by that point, that's where that honeycomb got to. Look, it's down there. So I might, oh dear, I might try and play Yooka-Laylee again at some point. Or maybe I'll play it that way instead, because I never got further than about the third or fourth world. Oh, are we gonna make it? No way. But it doesn't matter. We got so much health. We could just swim through it. Like, we got so much health, we could probably get away with not turning into a walrus and just get the rest of the notes as Banjo. But this feels like the proper way to do it. So that's what we'll do. There we go. So we've got Walrus Banjo on the go. We haven't got many notes to collect. We've saved all the Jinjos. 9 notes left. Pretty sure it must be just these notes that are in the water. That's our 9. I did enjoy Banjo-Tooie. Like, I thought it was a great game. Yeah, really good game. There was a high bar. Banjo-Kazooie is such a great game. Some of the transformations in Banjo-Tooie are great. Like, they're far more kind of expanded than the ones in Banjo-Kazooie. They've thought them through. Most things have an attack, and maybe even a secondary use, to the point where there's a bee transformation in the first game in Quick Clock Wood, and the same bee. I think there's the same bee transformation in the sequel, but you get not only can you fly. Obviously, you can do that in the first game as well, but you can shoot stings at things, which I'm pretty sure isn't something the bees can do, but it's cool. Just and yeah, it's more fleshed out. It's more fun. So that's yeah, that's something that the sequel definitely did right. So it would be pretty cool in this, I think, if you could redo some of the things just for fun, even. I don't know. I think I understand why they didn't do that. It makes it, by not allowing you to replay certain things like the boggy toboggan races, for example, it makes it clearer what you have done and what you haven't done. Because the only things that are left to do are obviously things that you haven't done. So I can't do the Fairy Light Challenge because I've done that. I can't race against Boggy because I've done that. And it makes it more manageable, but also less fun to replay. It is still one of those games though that you can just come back to and you can just mess around in worlds and yeah, just have fun, just enjoy it. I think Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time was one that I always did that with a lot as well. You would just go to places and you just listen to the music and you would just have a good time. Whether you were actively pursuing quests or side quests or not, you could just lose yourself in it, in the world. Okay, so I think what we'll do is we'll take care of the last of the Sir Slashes, and then we'll probably call it a day for Freezeezy Peak. Oh, I should have run a little bit straighter than that. It doesn't matter, we made it. Ah, I thought there would be like a shock spring pad or something. There we go, we're up. I'm not sure why I had so much trouble with that earlier. Right. I'm gonna take care of you. Oh, unless we get snowballed. Okay, I haven't got the space for him now. But it's okay, there's plenty of others. I was going to say there's one about halfway up one of those ledges. So take care of him. Lovely. And you're next. And now I think it's just here. interesting is, despite like being able to fly in Banjo-Kazooie doesn't break the game, because you've still got like you have to walk all the way up that scarf because it's covered in notes. It's really well designed from a level perspective, because being able to fly doesn't completely break the game. Unlike something like, I guess, Super Mario World. I know it's a 2D platformer, so it's different, but Cape Mario, Super Mario, why would you not pick that and fly over every level? You kind of, that's an option that you've got, and it's always the best option. Except maybe in a couple of underwater levels. And maybe the occasional subterranean level. But yeah, any open level, the best choice is always just to fly over the top of it. So you miss a lot of interesting level design then. Whereas in this, like, at best, at worst, the flight ability, it offers you a shortcut to get to different places, but you still have to do each challenge at each place, and you still have to walk the places the intended way as well. If like the snowman scarf is, there are going to be musical notes all the way up, and then quite a few of the challenges involve flight anyway. So you have to beak buster the beak bomb the buttons on the snowman's on the snowman there, and you have to take out the Sir Slushes to get certain rewards and abilities, and yeah, it's just really nice. It's just really well designed. Okay, I think that's probably enough Banjo-Kazooie. Got all our notes, got all our Jinjos, killed all the snowmen. Let's move on to a new one.